Right, ri- right triangle angles equation. Ex explain and tell about.
Okay, all right. Very good opinion. Very good opinion. Let's go to person of view statement. Let's start with you, Sayul. What are your thoughts on the Pythagorean theorem? And that's one question. And do you find it interesting or useful? And can you think of any situations in real life where you might use this formula? Let's start with you, Sayul.
My opinion is I think this is very interesting, but I feel dizzy because I don't like math. I think this way is very useful because if I want to know my TV's diagonal, I can use Pythagorean theorem. If I buy a new TV, I can know the TV's diagonal, or I can know about stairs light angles. Also, I can know the street quickly if I want to go quickly. I can use the Pythagorean theorem for the streets diagonal.
All right. Yubi, what do you think about her opinion? And what's your opinion?
Um, her choice of real situations and her opinions on Pythagoras' theorem are really interesting because the real situation is a problem I have experienced, and her opinion of Pythagoras' theorem is similar to mine. And my opinion is Pythagorean theorem is a basic mathematical formula that represents the length of the hypotenuse in a right angle triangle and the relationship between the two right angle sides. Despite its simple form, it is very useful in a variety of real world situations such as spatial distance calculation, position design and surveying, and is an interesting and practical principle used as an important tool in architecture, navigation, engineering, and physics.
All right, very good opinion. Jin Young, what do you think about Yubi's opinion? And what's your opinion, Jin Young?
I think Yubi's opinion is good um, because I think uh, Yubi's uh, opinion of think is good. Mm, and I think the Pythagorean theorem is useful because it is in fields, various fields such as architecture, engineering, design, and daily life. It helps verify right angles in construction, calculate height and distance of objects.
All right, Sayan, what do you think about Jin Young's opinion?
I think Junior's opinion is good because he said, uh, he said the interesting this Pythagorean and verify like design. So he said this point very very good, very well. So I think his opinion is good, and my opinion is I think it is so interesting about the Pythagorean theorem because this is not such, but it since For example, there is a triangle. There are the sides 3, 4, and C. Side C is the longest side among this right triangle. How do we know about the side of C? We can know how to use Pythagorean. Then I think this is useful about the architect. They should protect our. If the building inclines, this becomes a big problem. However, there is a solution. The solution is to use this, this point. This can save our life. I don't like math, but math can sometimes be good.
All right, Johnson, what do you think about her opinion?
Oh, I think her opinion is good because he said he said Pythagorean theorem is very useful architect. For example, Pythagorean theorem is useful like designing building structure or like many kinds of technology, like the building height, measurement, and the flight path optimization. So I think her opinion is good, and my opinion is I think Pythagorean theorem is very important in our world because it is very important formula about many kinds of technology. And yes, I do because it is very helpful for a lot of kinds of the work and architect. This formula is used in the field which are the civil engineering, the building height, the measurement, and the flight path optimization. Use use cartography and navigation, etc. So I think Pythagorean theorem is very important.
All right, very good opinion that you've shared. So you, what do you think about Johnson's opinion?
I think his opinion is great because he explained opinion about Pythagorean and prove well about Pythagorean's technology useful.
All right, very good opinion all of you have shared. Let's go to our main discussion. We are going to answer all three questions at the same time, okay? Because of time. Now, our first speaker will be Junyoung, second would be Johnson, third would be Sayan, fourth is Soyu, and the fifth will be Yubi. All three questions, number one, number two, and then number three. Let's start with you, Junyoung.
Will I will replace school's math with modern mathematical skills such as coding or financial literacy because coding or financial literacy can do hard math fast and accurately. Second, modern mathematical skills such as coding or financial literacy are important for the future because nowadays many things are done by robots. Using robots require coding skills because coding is robots action, so coding is important to using robots. I will remove calculus because calculus is not more useful than other. Calculus is used only some parts of job, but other types of math subjects are used to many. Geometry is need too much because people live in house, so and make build the buildings, so I need to know geometry to architect then can architect. And algebra is used to many because algebra is used to many, but some is buy something. If you buy four gums, which price is 501 gums, 101, then you pay 2001, and it also used algebra. So calculus is not as important as the other types of math subjects. I think about real world scenario where the Pythagorean theorem could be useful to an architect to make a wall and building easier because it can know the area of wall and building easily. It can make some triangles easier because it can make a triangle which has a right angle.
That's
I think his opinion is good because nowadays tech technology is more developed than the past. So many schools make a coding system class. So some class changing now coding class. So I think this this opinion is very good and it is very correct fact. and and Pythagorean theorem is used in architect like building structure, building height, and flight path. So this theorem is very useful and important in our world and work. So I think his opinion is good. and question is if you buy a I don't know if you doing a work about Pythagorean theorem like designing building structure or plan flight path, um what won't you do about Pythagorean theorem work?
yes, Jin Young. Did you hear his question? Your microphone, Jin Young.
I will doing a work of design of buildings or some things, then I will use to Pythagorean theorem to make some buildings because Pythagorean Pythagorean theorem is useful to build building because some or buildings can Pythagorean theorem can know to buildings angles to ground. So I think Pythagorean theorem is useful to building.
In my opinion, first, I think I should prioritize stacking concepts because it's easier to understand when we know the concept and we can use it based on the concept. For example, if we don't learn the concept of who Pythagoras is and what they made and just move on, we'll have a hard time solving the questions in math curriculum. So I think I should prioritize taking concepts. And second, I would like to study calculus because it is used a lot in real life and I think it's the most important to step in math. Calculus is the subject in math what studies the curve, the line of the angle and the curve the line area. I have interested in shape in math. This part is very hard part in math subject. So many people and students give up this part, but it is very important part. Um, so I think it is. And and for and last, yes, because Pythagorean theorem is used in civil engineering, bedding height, me, bedding height measurement, flight path optimization, etc. So it is used when building structures or building columns, architect, and used in building height measurement too and other things.
Okay, I think his opinion is very good because he said this main discussion very well. Uh, first, a first topic is he should learn. We should learn about taking concept because concept is important. And second topic, he's uh, he like math and calculus is interesting. I heard, but interesting, and this is useful in real life. So he won a so he choose calculus, and third he he th- he thought that the structure building this point is useful about Pythagorean. So I think his opinion is his pick very good. So I think his opinion is good. And question is, if you were Pythagoras, how would the process of creating Pythagoras have gone?
Dunsin, did you get a question?
Okay. Um. Uh. Can you give um more explain?
Okay. Um, my question is, if you were Pythagoras, um, you can you can think you are Pythagoras, and how would the process of creating Pythagoras understand?
Okay, I
The
understand.
process
Um. I creating this process like change other equation and and studying other ray and other shape like square or circle. Um, I will if I am Pythagoras, I will creating and studying like this.
Okay, then my turn. First, I am teaching concept like Pythagorean theorem. There are many ways to teach math. However, I think concepts are so important. Know about concept well, we can solve the math problem and replacing them with more modern mathematical skill. And second, if I had to remove one type of math subject from my curriculum, I want to study geometry. I don't like math, but I can solve the geometry question well. I have an interest in geometry. I like to draw in my brain the like triangle, square, circle, and so on. This uh, this is these are more exciting than other because I don't like calculate. So I want to study geometry among this part. And last, architect is such a difficult part. However, we can solve this problem with Pythagorean theorem. And if I am an architect, how can I solve this problem? First, we should know the height of the building. Then we just calculate with this part whether we can solve this problem. This means that there is a problem. So we can know what is the problem with it. So architect, this theorem is useful about architect.
I think her opinion is perfect because she explained about three questions details such as why modern is important than math. I think this point is very great. My question is if you can make difference in the word use Pythagorean, what did you do?
Can you say again? I I didn't hear your voice.
Okay. If you can make difference in the word use Pythagorean, what did you do?
Um, difficult part. I think I will create a like to. uh, I will create to calculate like uh, calculate circle very easy because I learned this part. I learned it this part, but this part is also so difficult. I don't understand, and I if I understand, but then I can't calculate this part. So I will create to calculate the calculate like circles height. Well, I had easy than yesterday, than before. before.
My opinion is I will replace more modern mathematical skills because our world changes more modernly than we need modern skills or knowledge. Our life changes need coding, but Pythagorean theorem isn't needed in our life. I want to remove calculus because finding curve slopes and limited functions seem difficult. Also, calculus isn't needed in our life. Its conflicting concepts aren't necessary for everyday life. I want to use the Pythagorean theorem to design a structure because if designing a structure is easy, we can develop the structure. We can make stairs if we use the right angle. I think it can be easy.
Um, I think her opinion is similar to what I initially chose when I had to remove one type of math subject, geometry, algebra, and calculus from the curriculum, and her choice seems right and a good idea. And my question is, if you were become a math teacher, which one would you choose when you had to remove one of these three types if you think about it with the mind of teaching students?
Mm, I want remove math types difficult thing because math is very difficult and don't easy like calculus and uh, yes, and calculus is very seem difficult. I think math is very not easy subject.
The Pythagorean theorem still has significant educational value and should not be completely replaced. However, it would be most effective to introduce topics such as coding or to coding to reflect the needs of modern society and to teach them in connection with traditional mathematics. Second, geometry and algebra are the foundations every student must learn to solve problems and develop logical thinking. On the other hand, since calculus has a lot of content that is only necessary for certain, such as science and engineering, it is better to leave it as an elective subject. And lastly, Pythagorean theorem is useful for calculating the shortest distance between two right angles. When you know the length of two right angles, such as the diagonal distance between the sofa and the TV in the room, which makes better arrangement or structure design more efficient.
Young?
I think Yubi's opinion is good because Yubi say where to calculate and using for or sub- subjects. So I think Yubi's opinion is good, and I think I opinion question. Uh, if you are not using a or math or some math to sum up, then if you can, you must study uh, one part of math. When then what will you do study?
Oh, I don't understand well.
Now, he says that if you have to study one type of math subject, which would you like to study?
Oh, I don't like maths. I don't want to study the subject.
All right. Very good opinion that all of you have shared. Let's go to unit 4. But because of time, all right, we are going to skip and go straight to our main discussion questions, okay? In this unit. All right. So for our first speaker, we have Yubi. Second is Soyu. Third is Johnson. Fourth is Jin Young. And number 5 is Sayan. All right. We will do. Let's do both questions at the same time. All right. Let's start, Yubi.
Okay. Um. Uh. Through the idea. Through the ideas and writings of Jungdo and Yudokong, we can get a into the political and social situations of the Joseon dynasty and their reformative and historical insights 정도 emphasize deep practical thinking and 유득공 thinking that deep understanding and analysis of historical facts, and these two characters that still have an important influence on the development and problem solving in modern society. I think preserving a diary is very important for preserving history. It goes beyond just personal records and contains the atmosphere, political changes, and personal feelings of the society at the time, helping to gain a deeper understanding of historical context. Conserving a diary holds great value for future historical research.
I think her opinion is great because she explained about Yuzanga library well, and I impression about the second question. You be explain about preserve the lighting of the past detail. I think Yubi's opinion is great. Question is if you are a scholar and study in Yuzanga, what's your think about Kim Dongwook?
Um, if I become a scholar at the time, um, I think oh I think that uh want to say uh thank you Dongdu because uh Dongdu know my talent. Well, yes, my talent.
My opinion is I want Kim Sejong or Yuban Min because King Sejong's style will make our Korean values bigger and Yuan-sun's style will make us an independent movement. Koreans' value and independence can be very inspiring. Reading about incidents and histories can help everyone understand history better. I think recording is important because it can be a better choice in the future. Also, it can stop saying the reality about history. Saying the reality didn't make me feel angry and bad. Discussing reality can sometimes bring up strong emotions. If people from other countries know our history but it's not real, it's very wrong.
I think her opinion is good. Because she said it choices can we can we can we can make future, and keeping genres today personal or political is still important for preserving history is very important. Important, she said. Um, our ancestor give important for preserving historical writings, writings. So so it is now it is become a very famous culture or celebrate day. So I think her opinion is very good. And question is, if you leave a historical material for future generations, what material would you leave?
Place a game.
Okay. If you leave historical material for future generations, what material would you leave? Like your favorite things, or like your favorite things, or very important writing.
Mm, um, I will. Mm, I will become like Kim Sejong, help many people and make difference more better future in past.
Um, my opinion is first, I think Park Ji-won because he was a leader of the Northern School. He learned the culture and techniques of the Qing dynasty and advocated Joseon social reform. Represent representative works include Yang Banjung, uh, Yung Ha Ligi, and uh, Bengyungak exhibition written by Park Ji-won. And second question, yes, I do, because I want to write historical material for future generations of people and descendants so that they can see what happened in this area in this era. For example, King Sejong made Hangul. This inhabitants is Huminjeongeum. It became very famous culture now.
Uh, I think Johnson's opinion is good because Johnson's uh, why keeping a diary of a history important to can know what happens and past. Uh,
Yeah, Jinyoung, what's your question for him?
if you uh, if you was at in you can if you are a pet or 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 record to history.
Can you speak again?
Or if you can go to past, then what are you doing for uh, history?
Uh, I want to go. I want to go. Very now very famous place in this history, and I want to change very bad history.
Yes, Jinyoung, share your opinion.
I will access journal of admiral or isn't because of isn't many people respect and are subjective to people because of for countries and it effect to now it has an effect to now for country because of its motivating. I think keeping a journal is important because keeping journaling can be solution to now like some policy or society because journal is can is solution of past so it can be a good choice of accident and keeping history is can know to what happened uh, like some accident or some things happen and we can uh,
We can what, Jinyoung? Jinyoung, are you there? Can you turn on your camera also?
I 카메라
All right, okay.
now 그 turn on.
All right, Young, what do you think about Jinyoung?
I think his opinion is good because he said this topic well. Like first, she said essential because they protect our, and second, He he think keeping genre today is important. So I think his opinion is good. And question is, uh, do you agree with the reopening of Kyujanga?
Young, did you hear the question?
Oh, no. Can you say one more time?
Okay. Do you agree with the reopening of Kyujanga?
I agree to reopening of Gujanga because Gujanga can record to history and accidents very well. So I think it is good for country and our I we.
Okay. Um, First, if I could assess the genre or writing of any historical figure from the Joseon dynasty, I will learn about Chung Ya-kyung. He was a great scholar and his famous dynasty. I will, he was a great uh, and is famous. Why? He made many inventions for our country. He had many knowledge, wisdom. This means that he loved Korea. So I want to assess the journal or writing of Jung Ya-kyung. And last, I think preserving history is very important because Korean people don't have wisdom today. I think this is very serious problem. I think this solution is to study like a di- wisdom of ancestor. Ancestor have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. I think we should know that what they did in their dynasty and we should be thankful for our ancestors fight for our country. Then we should be thankful to them. To them. So I think preserving history is very important.
Mm, just as Kyuzanga preserved his past writing, I thought her opinion on preserving history, whether personal or political, was good. Because she used various keywords and it add details, making it easy to understand. And my question is, if you were Jungju, would you respect many talented people?
I think if I am Jongjo, I will start the part this part because I think this is also important because we should uh, our country is so um our country I think our country is very good and I we should protect our country so I think I will start if I am Jongjo.
All right, guys, let's clap for ourselves, everybody. Good job today. Very good job from all of you. All right. Are some few words that we can work on our pronunciation. So one of them is architect. Okay, architect. Okay, so we can get that. Another one is technique. That was from Johnson. All right, it's not technique. It's technique. Technique. Okay, we can get that. Society. Yubi. All right, It's not society, it's society. All right, Yubi.
Sus-
Uh,
yes.
you want to try it?
So
Society.
one more time.
Society.
Society.
Yes, perfect. Society. And everyone, Pythagorean. Pythagorean. Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem. I know
Huh?
it's so long. It's called Pythagorean theorem. Everybody. Johnson, prioritizing.
Okay, prioritizing.
Yes, that's okay. Prioritizing. And Jun Young, dynasty, not dynasty. Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. All right. Very good job from all of you today. Try to have a very good night. Have a great week, and let's see you next week Monday. Okay. All right, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye. Good night. Good night.